Hello everyone, I'm Paul and today we're solving problem 3343, count number of balanced permutations. This is definitely a hard problem and I don't think you're seeing this in any job interview, but it can be useful to dive deep into algorithms and get used to go through these hard problems. So let's start. We're given a number in the form of a string and we need to return the number of distinct permutations of num that are balanced. Now a string is balanced if the sum of the digits at even indices is equal to the sum of the digits at odd indices. Let's see what this means. Let's say this is the number and these are the permutations of the number. In this case, this is balanced and this is also balanced. Why? Well, because 1 plus 2 is 3, and here the middle element is also 3, and here 2 plus 1 is 3, and the middle element is also 3. So the sum of digits at even indices is equal to the sum of digits at odd indices. Now first I thought about using backtracking, but this is not enough, because nums.length is smaller or equal to 80, so we need something faster. Here I will show you a solution in which we are storing states for different scenarios. This is dynamic programming. And we are also combining values in each scenario. Let's start first with this combination part. Let's say we have 4 elements and we are trying to find every combination of 2 of these 4 elements. So there's a well-known formula for this. And it goes like this. NCR equals n factorial divided by r factorial times n minus r factorial. N is the total amount of elements we have, in this case 4, and r is the elements we are trying to combine, in this case 2. So in this case, this would be 4 factorial divided by 2 factorial times 4 minus 2 factorial, and this is equal to 6. Let's see what this means here. We can combine this element with this one with this one, this with this one, this with this with this, and this with this. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 combinations. Okay, so from now on, every time we talk about NCR, we are talking about combining R elements in n total elements. Now another thing you need to know about combinatorics is that sometimes we need to do multiple tasks. For example, we want to find the combinations of 2 in 4, and also at the same time we need to find the combination of 1 in 4. Okay, so every time we are doing multiple tasks, we can multiply combinations. So in this case, we will do 4C2 times 4C1. And with this, we will find every combination of multiple tasks. Now with this in mind, let's go with another example for the problem and how to solve it. Let's say this is the number 3322, and from here we want to create a frequency map. So here we are seeing 3 2 times, and we are seeing 2 times also. Now there's one first observation we can make here. Let's say we have a 1 also, and we are taking the sum of every element here. So 3 plus 3, 6, plus 2 is 8, plus 2 is 10, and plus 1 is 11. Now we will never be able to split this in 2 equal parts, because 11 is an odd number. So first we are taking the sum of the number, which in this case is 10, and if this is even, we are good to go. If this is odd, we return 0 instantly. Now if this is even, we know that the target sum for every odd index is 10 divided by 2, which is 5, and the target for every even index is also 5. Now the way this works is like this. We need to try every possible distribution of these elements in even and odd indices. For example, let's say we're trying to distribute these two 3's in odd and even indices. So we can give no 3 to odd indices and 2 3's to even indices. We can also give 1 to odd indices and 1 to even indices, or we could give 2 to odd indices and no 3 to even indices. So these are 3 possible different scenarios, and we'll go through all of them. And each time we are carrying a state with us that we will call dp, and this will include the current index, the remaining possible odd numbers that we can use, the remaining possible even numbers we can use, and a target, which initially is this one, in this case 5. Now every digit could be a number from 0 to 9, that's all. So we could iterate every number from 9 to 0 or from 0 to 9. In this case we'll iterate from 9 to 0, and that will be the index for each case. So at first the index is 9. Here we have 4 digits, so this means we need to use 2 odd numbers and 2 even numbers, and the target is initially 5. So this is the initial state, and if in any scenario we run out of odd indices, so this is equal to 0 and this is equal to 0 and our target is equal to 0, we will return 1. Now we don't have 9 in our map, and the first number we have in our map from 9 to 0 is 3. So let's say this is 3, 2, 2, 5. So now we are trying to distribute these 2 in our odd and even indices. So we can give 0 3's to our odd indices. This would be 2c 0, and at the same time, remember we need to multiply this, we can give 2 3's to our even indices, so this would be 2c 2, and at the same time we want to consider every possible next scenario, so we can multiply this with dp of I minus 1, which is 2, add minus the number of digits we used for this one, which is 0, so this is still 2, even minus the number of digits we used for this one, so this is now 0, and target minus the sum we use here for add indices only, because remember the target is the sum divided by 2. So we are only considering that our target is for the add indices. So in this case, we need to subtract from here the digits we used for the add indices times the current index. So in this case, 0 times 3 is 0, and 5 minus 0 is 5. Now remember, here we are giving 0 3's to our odd indices and 2 3's to our even indices. So we could also do this, which is giving 1 3 to odd indices and 1 3 to even indices. Here we are multiplying this by dp of 1 index lower, which is 2, 1 remaining odd and 1 remaining even, and here this is 5 minus the current index 3 times the digits we used for add indices only. So 5 minus 3 is 2. And similarly, we could do the following. We could give 2 digits to add indices, 0 digits to even indices, and multiply this by dp with 1 index lower, 0 available add indices, 2 available even indices, and 5 minus 3 times 2, which is 6, is minus 1. And every time one of these values is smaller than 0, we can return 0. Now remember, these are all scenarios for I equals 3. Now we need to combine each of these with each scenario where I equals 2. So for example, here we have 3 possible scenarios. This, and this. So for example, here we are trying to get 2 in 0. This 0 comes from here. And this is 0, and if this is 0, all of this is 0. Here we are trying to get 1 in 0, which is also 0, so this is also 0. And for example, here the index for this dp is 1, and we don't have a 1 in our frequency map, so this will return a 0 also, so all of this is 0. So every scenario here is 0. This means this will also be 0, and 0 times anything is 0, so this is 0. Similarly, here we have 3 more scenarios, and here, for example, we know that 1 is not in the frequency map, and here we have -1, so this will return 0, so this is 0. Here, for example, we are trying to find 2 in 1, and this is 0, so all of this is 0. Now let's see what happens here. This will return a 1, because remember our base case. If we are out of odd indices and out of even indices and the target is 0, well, in this case we return 1. 1c1 is 1, so 1 times 1 times 1 equals 1. So this will be a 1 in this case, this will be a 2, and this will be a 2. And 2 times 2 times 1 is 4. So the result is now 4. And finally here, every case will include a target of -1. This means every case will be 0. This means this is 0. So here we reach the end and we return the result, which is 4. Time and space complexity for this solution will be roughly big O of n to the power of 3. This is considering we are caching everything and we are using 10 digits and about 40 odd indices, about 40 even indices, and a sum for the target that's roughly 360. If you think I'm wrong, please correct me in the comments. I love to learn about this. So now let's go with the code and hopefully you will get the idea. First we store our mod value, so mod equals 10 to the power of 9 plus 7. We need to pre-process this. We'll say num equals an array, and we'll convert each digit to an integer for every num in num. And now total equals sum of num, and if total modded by 2 equals 1, we want to instantly return 0. Next, map equals a default dictionary with a default value of 0 for every key, like this. And now for every digit in num, map at that digit plus equal 1. Now we have our frequency map. Next, n equals length of num, target equals total divided by 2. Remember, this is the target for the sum of every odd index and the sum for every even index. That's why we are dividing this by 2. And next we will create our dp function. And remember, this will take a state with an index, an odd count, an even count, and a target. And finally we will return dp 9, we will start from 9 to 0, and here we need the odd count. This is odd. Here we need the odd count, so we can get this with n minus n divided by 2. Next we need the even count of digits we need. This is n divided by 2. And next we will use our target. Now we are here in the DP and we will set our base cases. First, if add equals 0 and even equals 0 and target equals 0, in this case we return 1. We have a successful case. And if I is more than 0 or add is more than 0 or even is more than 0 or target is more than 0, in this case we return 0. And now we can set a result equals 0 and we will return this result modded by mod. And in here we want to do a for loop, and for j in the range of our frequency map at the current I plus 1, because this value is included. Here we can add to the result our small formula. The combination, we can use this in Python, which is very useful. In combination of j in our odd count, we do it like this. This is the same as saying add cj, and we want to multiply this by the combination of even map at I minus j. This means if we take, for example, 0 digits here and we add a 0 to add, we want to add every other remaining digit to even. Okay, that's all this means here. And this should be times every other next scenario. So dp I minus 1 add minus j. Remember, we are subtracting from add the same we used here. So add minus j even minus what we used for even, which is map at I minus j. And finally we need to subtract from the target I times j. We are subtracting the current total sum of the digits we used only for the add part. So this is the entire code. I think it's right, so now let's submit this and see if it works. This is an O instead of an A, so let's try again. And here I was missing a very important part, and it's that we need to cache every return value for every possible state in this function. So now this should work. And as you can see, this works and it's very efficient. Now remember, as I said before, this is a hard problem and I don't think you're seeing this in any job interview, but I recommend you to try to learn this. If you didn't get the idea, you can go through the whole video again and maybe you will get some important information for future problems. So if you found this useful, please drop a like, subscribe, and see you in the next one. Bye bye.